Heyo, here we are back again in Pantheon. We're having a look at our Dire Lord. We are now level 10. We got some new skills. We've got Blood State Nightmarish, which is no cost. It manifests a nightmarish visage, causing 20% of all damage you deal to be applied as bonus threat, and gain 5 to all resistances. We've got a new ability that was at level 6 that wasn't previously in the scroll, so I had to buy that fresh. Perform a wide slash, causing the target to bleed rapidly for a short duration, so it looks like a 3-meter range on that one. So another damage over time, it looks like. We do have an intellect spell, but it doesn't fit on the bar. So I think I'm going to go with these two. This is an interrupt, and this reduces healing. We'll see if I need intellect. Intellect increases spell crit and max mana for arcane casters. We don't have mana, and I don't know that what we do is classified as spell casting, so we're just going to not worry about that intellect stealing. This and this are part of a quest. We just need to get one more of those, and we can hand that in. And then let's see if we can get some XP. We gotta get some food into us. We get the food buffs going. We started off back at the Bind Stone after I went to town and sold everything and bought new spells and all that stuff. So let's see what we can do. I did note or observe that the level 10 Dire Lord seems to be much stronger than the level 9 Dire Lord. Oh yes, we have this one too, which is an attack that gives us 200 essence. I don't know if I like that in the first position, but we'll see. So with each hit we do now, we actually heal. You can see over here we're healing 1 or 2 points at a time, which may not seem like a big deal at front, but it does increase our chance of survival. I didn't pay attention to this fight, so I'm going to pay attention to it next time to see how long this short duration is. Not too bad. So you can see we're doing quite well. Now they are blue, but that last one was white, but we're not taking a lot of damage. Usually at this point we're down in this area and we're using life tap to get back. But we seem to be doing much better. Obvious conclusion, I know, but just want to point it out. Little iced coffee. It's a hot one out there today. What do we got here? So, as I said in the last stream, that this character class wasn't good going from fight to fight. Now, I also said as a caveat that that may change. And I have to say, it appears that that has changed. Now, we're not fighting oranges and yellows, but still, I sense a definite improvement. And we don't have druid buffs, which we had yesterday. So, like we're done another fight, we're almost full health. I am a cook, so walnuts are helpful. There's a few good recipes that require walnuts. Well, that's Grizzlepaw. I don't think we'll be fighting him by ourselves. So since it's nighttime, I'm gonna suggest that we try and find ourselves a maple tree. Grab a maple and go hand in that quest. And then I think the next stage is we have to get a whole bunch of different kinds of rocks. More precisely, gems. No rocks and no maple trees. Excuse me a minute, I need to sneeze. Sorry about that. Still no maple trees. There's usually some up over by that tree there, though. Well, like most things in MMOs, when you want them, they're not there. When you don't want them, they're everywhere. So we'll have to run around a bit and see if we can find one maple. Not the most exciting gameplay, I know, but it is part of the game. Try and do it as quickly as I can, and then we can get back to leveling. This is a cave entrance into goblins and spiders. It's group stuff. For us to solo that, we would have to over level it. At this point, I don't think we would do well. Just because the group mobs have a large hit point pool. And the goblins have this ability. I forget what it's called. But basically they have I think it's an apple tree. They have a shield that they put around themselves. What is a maple tree? That absorbs damage over time, and then it basically explodes, kind of like a grenade, and hits everybody in the party. So if you don't have an interrupt for that particular ability, which this guy doesn't really have, then you need to kill them before it explodes. And the problem with that is, of course, they have a large hit point pool, so you need to have lots of DPS. Now, this guy does have lots of DPS, but I don't think he has enough to solo one down before that ability goes off, which I can't interrupt, and then it explodes, and then may or may not kill me. I have survived it solo with other characters, but they were higher level too, so I think we'll steer clear of that for now to stay safe. Alright, so this guy's going to want these, and then this will give us the third part of the quest. And what this quest gives us is a 12-slot backpack. There we go. And see, now he wants several different types of gemstones. And then he gives us this, which is Haster's Holler, 12-slot unique backpack. So if I go to the quest now, I see you have to get a citrine, a spinel, a zircon, a turquoise, and a topaz, which sounds easy enough, but it's not actually that easy to do. Oh, there's what we want right there. It's weird that they don't have the names over them anymore. So this is a caspurlite ore deposit. It's mostly used for getting copper once you refine it, and then that could be used for gems and some other crafting stuff. So you get this caspurlite ore, you have a chance to get one of the gems that we require for that quest. Also caspurlite ore. So the ore itself appears to have like a reddish tinge, and I think the other ore, Asheram ore, is blue, if I recall correctly. So we did not get, oh, what's this? Oh, large Asherite. So let's see, is it blue? Yeah, see, it's got a bit of a blue tinge to it, whereas the other's kind of red. So this ore is mostly for weapon and armor making. And we got a citrine gemstone. We got one. Not great, but not bad. See if we have a, oh, we're gonna have to rest. Our climbing is only 3. We are not the best climbers. We have to work on that. Ooh, that was close. Alright, let's go back and kill some more bears. They should be up by now. While we're slowly jogging there, I'm gonna have a coffee. Very handy. I set up my gaming mouse so that I can auto run and then just hold down the mouse wheel to the right and it sprints. And I can drive with one hand and drink coffee with the other. Alright, what is that viper? Green. Green. The only problem is the other way always activates that T button. It's a little sensitive. Not the end of the world. Oh, we've got a high level warrior here. Killing stuff. By high level, I mean 12. Well, I bet you he killed all the bears. So let's go around the corner. And we can kill some trappers. Let's cross that bridge. Oh, see, there's a ruffian. So that's what I was saying earlier in the last stream. Up here is group mobs, but there's the occasional... He's gray. But just for fun, we'll kill him, because he might drop a key. No key. So by the house are group mobs. There's another ruffian who's not a group mob. Now that thug, he is a group mob. Let's see how we do against a group mob. I'm curious. So it's a gray group mob, so not a great test of our ability. You can see they have significantly more now she's gonna run over and make everybody angry. Now this is the real test I wanted. He's only blue, however, but still will do for our purposes. We still did much better. What did we get there? Leather, 6 armor, nothing. Nothing of import. So up here are some higher level wolves. Potentially. There's the hobgoblins I was telling you about. We will avoid them. They're not group mobs, but they are hard to pull solo. Looks like someone's camping them anyway. Who do we got? Level 10. Summoner. Ah, see, there's the wolves I was talking about. Oh, they're only green. However, up the hill this way, there's potentially a named wolf in the cave. So let's go see if he's around. No, but he's a second cursed dire wolf. Let's kill a couple of these just for, since we're here. I forgot to set my timer for an hour. Oh, there we go. It shows me in OBS. So we've only been playing 25 minutes. Okay, good. So no named wolf, nothing exciting. So we'll get these recruits really quickly. See if we get lucky and get a key. No key. Oh well, we tried. I think I already have one of these. Well, let me pick it up. What's this? Interesting. Pretty sure I have one of those in the bank. Okay, so up this switchback road, you get bears, like we had down below, more goblins, deer, and boars. I think the bears are the lowest. Oh, it's good during daytime. Speaking of that, what time is it? 9 a.m. game time. So, that gives us a few hours of good farming. Now, I imagine the bears will be blue and the deer will be orange at this level. So we'll take it slow and safe and see how it goes. We do our food and water while we're thinking of it. So the goblins are all along in this little area. There's a cave there where you can find potassium ore, which we do need. So there's a deer. He's yellow, so let's give him a try. They don't do a lot of damage. So ideally we could get to like level 12 in this area. And then we could head to the next zone. And there's some trappers over there that we could fight. And they would get us almost to 15 if we wanted to stay there that whole time. It's a very popular area though. What's this bear? Oh, he's a blue. So let's leave him for now. Pig. White. Let's do him. Not bad, and boar blood is good for making healing potions. So good to keep. So, the Dire Lord is now proving to be quite good at fight to fight, which was different than before. And the meat from deer is good for, I think it's a haste meal. Well, we're not too full yet. So we're at the 34-minute mark. We've got 2.5, well, 2.25 bubbles. Now we did take a little detour from getting XP. But you can see we're still at roughly, you know, half a level per hour at this point, maybe a little less. What do we got for level 11 spells anyway? Empower your blood flow, increasing your constitution by 2. And the amount of essence you generate by 20%. Interesting. Corrupt blood 2, so that's just version 2 of this one. Yeah. Which is not a bad thing, because that's a handy spell. Effect. Berries are always good to get, because they make this, which gives you dodge. And since this is here and we're here and we need those stones, we may as well see if we can get lucky. We do not. But as they say, if you don't shoot, you don't score. Yeah, so I think, you know, my initial impression of the Dire Lord is not hard to level, does well solo, but really doesn't shine till level 10. Now, we'll see at the higher levels when we get into some harder mobs how he or she would do, but I have to say, you know, relative to the Paladin or the Druid, it is definitely a character class, at this point anyway, that seems to be able to hold its own. Like, I'm fighting, you know, white and yellow mobs. I'm not losing a lot of health. I seem to be able to go from fight to fight relatively quickly. Not a lot of downtime. Now, I do have probably some gear. Let's see. Well, Ashram Brigadine, Crude, Ashram Splinted. So not super twinked. I do have Barnacle Crusted Boots and Thorn Steel Hatchets, so a little twinked. But you could theoretically probably do just as well with slightly less lower level gear. I don't think you'd be disappointed with this character. I wonder if at some point they'll add racial modifiers. That would be interesting, you know, if you had like an ogre versus a elf Dire Lord type. What would be the benefit? Be nice to get some druid buffs and see how well we do. So the quest we have from the Huntress is Night Warden. We have to slay a giant dusk bat, so that'll be at nighttime. We're only at 11, so nighttime is far, far away. The reason I got thinking that is because that giant bat there. See, we're attacking from the shadows. I'm trying to focus mostly on, you know, at least equal white level mobs or higher. What are we, 41 minutes in, 3 bubbles, so, you know, if you focus on the higher level guys, you'll still might do okay XP wise. So this one here, when I activate it, it gives my weapon power. Hold on, let's see. After I kill this piggy pig. Imbue your weapon with malefic power for 20 seconds, causing physical damage you deal to heal you for more of the damage dealt and restoring essence with each strike. So that's kind of a, not a, like this one, like a, you know, heal overall, but I think it's like if you're starting to lose a little bit of health, you can use that. Looks like every 2 minutes. Oh, only every minute and a half. And it's a good way to restore your health and essence. Kind of like a boost. So for example, we're fighting this boar here. He's pretty tough. We want to keep our dots up on him. Oh, I devoured his dexterity. But he's doing a little bit of damage. And we can counteract that with our life tap. He didn't seem to do as much as the last one. So the other one must have been closer to orange than this one. I want to see if there's any ore hiding around the corner here. I'm surprised there isn't. However, there is a deer who is yellow. So that was worth it. Worth it! Alright, let's do what we can do. Well, that got turned off. Does it get turned off when I activate this? No. don't know how that got turned off. I wasn't paying attention. Maybe I hit the wrong button. Possible. Wouldn't be the first time. Looking for a boar or a deer. Let's see, is that a dreg? So that's the guy that does the spell. Let's see what happens. He's light blue. Oh, he threw a rock at me. Can you believe that? Bugger. I do have this. There's the pressure plate. So now I stop attacking. Wait till it comes off. There. Then we lift. Just a little strategy, that's all it took. Well, that's not too bad of a strategy, I guess. Okay, so there's usually two in the cave. A muck digger. And dreg. No ore, so I'm not interested in risking it. There we go. We'll do an iron hide board. Haste would be good for us, because then we would heal more. Right now we're using 18 hit rating, but haste would not be bad, because then we get these little heals more. Be interesting to see which would be better, the crit versus the healing. I guess when we're soloing, crit is better for us because it's faster time to kill. Whereas if we were grouping, then the haste would be better because then we would be able to heal longer and let the other people be able to DPS. That's if we were, say, tanking. Interesting to think about. If you can hear the dog, please ignore the dog. Alright, so we got 4 bubbles in. We're almost full. We're at 54 minutes. Let's kill this pig-o. I think you see how this is gonna go. We're just gonna end up grinding away till we get to level 11. Next time we'll probably just be back here. I think maybe 11 we could risk it. Now I did see a Dire Lord try to fight the trappers in the next zone at level 10. Now he was not doing so well, but he also remarked that he had starter weapons. So I don't know if that's a huge issue or not. We could give it a try. Worst comes to worst, we just come back here. They do drop potions of healing, which is nice. And some, you know, half decent gear that we could sell. And there's a named, I think the Pathfinder, he drops a really nice skinning knife. I think 26. Something like that. Oh, we are definitely encumbered. Alright, that's our cue. We're gonna stuck. Slowly make our way back to the vendor. And then probably to town to do some banking and selling. Is there anything I can get rid of? How much are we over? We're only over by 0.5. I don't really need this. And I can get rid of that. There we go. Cleric? Maybe? I would happily buff that person, but this character has no buffs. So I always feel bad about that. What do we got here? Level 5, I'm guessing Shaman? It'll be nice when they update the armor. It's all just very brown. Like I'm wearing chain boots, and they're still just like brown boots. Okay. Just like there's a little chain kind of hint of chain there, but You know, gray would be nice. There's a chain sound. Like, see, it just looks the same, but, you know, slightly darker brown. Oh, we really didn't organize our stuff, did we? Alright, well, let's get rid of this. I want to keep all that. I don't need that much bear meat. Don't need those. I don't need that. Need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Need that for healing potions. Don't need that. 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 Nor do I need that. Nor that. Nor that. Nor that. Okay, not bad. Alright, well, it's 59 minutes into this video. I'm just going to be running to town to put stuff in the bank and, you know, organize things. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe, please like, please comment. Let me know if there's anything you think I can do differently that's better. I always read the comments. And, you know, please share the video with others. Okay, we'll see you next time. Have a good day.